Well. This is a great day. It's so good to see you, Barbara. I just wanted everybody to know you and I have worked together in the past many years ago, and we still keep in touch. I think that's awesome. And the fact that, we were trying to do a catch-up call today, but it seems like I thought that you just had so many good things going on and a few challenges, as we all do with our careers and everything, mid-career, senior career level. And I just wanted to kind of capture because you may be able to help someone out there, including yourself, and giving me some insight, into the wonderful world of the job search and, just really staying on top of your game. So I appreciate you. If you didn't mind being recorded today.
Well, thank you, Toye.
Anyway, yeah. And by the way, and I know we know each other, so I'm just Coach Toy to you today. How about that? Um, and then you can call me anything else you want when we get off of here. Uh, anyway, how are you doing? You're now you are in Massachusetts, so you're in the market in Massachusetts. Is that right?
I am. Yes.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
tough market, but I'll get there.
You certainly will, because you always had that positive attitude, which I've always admired about you. That's one of the things that is true. And because you and I worked at a really large company many, many years ago, in the early 2000s. And I remember that because I also remember I had just got a brand new vehicle and I had to drive it in the snow on Route 128, 128 and everything. And I asked all of you, I said, look at my new car. And I guess you guys were like, I think she's gonna go bananas because we're not coming out there. It's freezing. Hello. Yeah, we'll
I
see
do
your car
remember
at
that.
lunch. So everybody come on out and look at my new car. But yeah, I kind of miss Massachusetts, but yeah, the snow is pretty. But again, hey, currently based now in Atlanta. A different market, of course, I've been coaching. I wanted you to just kind of tell me, and I know that you're currently working and all of those things, but throughout your career, you had a lovely background, huge background actually, in HR, which is where we met years ago. A lot of administrative, roles that you have taken on. I mean, some really big, hectic ones, right? Like,
One or two.
what? Yeah. Have you found that things have really changed in the job market? I know you're in Massachusetts, I'm here in Atlanta. And if so, how has it changed for you?
It's been a little more of a challenge for me,
Mhm.
only in that I kind of took a break from working to take care of my mother. And since she has passed, now I'm really getting back into the workforce, and it's harder to find something full
Mhm.
time benefits to what I want to do.
Mhm.
Do I know what I really want to do? No. I know
Mm.
it when I hear it, if that makes any sense, or when I read
Yes.
it, like, oh, that I could do that, or
Okay.
oh, I'm not going to do that. I want a job at my age now. I want something that's not as stressful,
Okay. Okay.
but
Yeah.
I
So
still
what's
do.
important to you is a stress less type of work environment. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, and also maybe a balance between work life, home life, a social life. I mean, even if it's once or twice a week to go out or do whatever you want with your friends, family, or what have you, or sometimes just do nothing.
Right, exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm trying to find where that balance is.
Yeah. Well, you definitely have come to the right place because I know I wanted to make some suggestions, and that's one of the things, like you said, you mentioned something really big for a lot of people right now. They're looking for, they want to be stressed less. They don't want the overwhelming type of, hold on one second, I'm just, well, live, we know how it works. They don't want, they don't want to be all stressed out over a job or even looking for a job. So what I hear you saying, Barbara, and I'm so happy that, you've agreed to, be my rapid coaching client for the day, and I appreciate you. based out of Massachusetts. Let me just start over again. Tell us now, you are currently based in Massachusetts. Is that where you're from, Massachusetts, your whole life?
Yes.
Wow. Have you
Yep.
ever worked in any other markets other than Massachusetts?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Do you want to?
I open to almost anything.
Okay. Okay.
I,
Mm-hmm.
I I wouldn't even mind like doing like remote. Now
Yeah.
that remote could be you have to go somewhere for a couple of days here and there during a month. That's not a problem.
Okay. Okay.
The
So you
travel,
actually have flexibility.
yes, yes.
Mm, that's good. That's good. And I have that down on paper. See, because you're really giving me some fuel right here. So when we do the feedback, again, just want to, say to our listeners, because, I'm so excited because I'm talking with Barbara. I'm just going to not say her full last name, Barbara T, who is a wonderful, has a great background. First of all, she's a wonderful person. Just let me talk to the people, Barbara, as if you're not listening, right? She's a wonderful person who has a really lengthy background in terms of HR, administrative, a lot of administrative work in the capacity, especially, with the computers, making sure everything is right, reporting into all different levels of management. Correct me when I go wrong, Barbara. Uh, and the other thing is, but you've had some challenging roles and then some not so challenging. But what you're trying to do is limit working multiple jobs, just narrow it down to one that is stress less so that you can enjoy the quality of life. Did I hit any points correctly?
Oh, you hit them all right on the head.
That's good. Well, this is the thing. I appreciate you for just allowing me to do this 10-minute, we're going to say 10 minutes or less, rapid coaching call. And again, I'm talking to Barbara T out of Massachusetts. So I want to help you out today, hopefully, because and maybe someone listening to your story, and you do, and we all have a story. And at first I wanted to say, because I remember about your mom, and so my condolences again to you and your family because that can be very difficult. And
Thank you.
I think that for you to show the resilience that you are now, following the year and everything, and all the other things you have to do when we lose a loved one, you are starting to get right back into the game. You just said, I'm going to do this. With going back to work and everything. And sometimes we will take jobs that we don't want. Sometimes we will take jobs for various reasons. Some people will say it's more financial, or some people say, no, I just need to get out of the house because, I just don't want to think about all the other things in life. I don't really need the money, but, I'd rather be out there and get to network and be around people most of the day. So, with that said, Barbara, what would be your ideal job? And what do you think is important if people are out there looking? What would you say? Let's talk about you first, but what do you think is, you know,
For me,
yeah.
um, ideally, I would love to do data entry,
Ah,
something, and it can be within anything. It doesn't have to be specific to one field, if you know what I mean.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Um, it's something that's going to keep my mind going. I need something to keep the brain
Okay.
going.
Okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Do you get bored easily? You find that you get bored
um,
easily if
I
if you're not challenged with a lot of different types of work?
I get overwhelmed when I have too much to do.
Okay. Well, let's just
Um,
keep you
I
away from
do
there.
I get bored? It
Yeah.
depends on what
Yeah.
what it is that I'm doing. If it's something that is boring, if you know what I mean. Like the job I have right now, it's a good job.
Yeah.
Um,
Great.
frustrating because
Mhm.
not all of the parts are moving at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Hmm. And what
but
do you think the people that will listen and hear that? What are some of the ways you think? How have you been able to strategize? Because I know you're very clever. So, do you have like one or two tips how you would say to the audience, what about strategizing to make your job easier and, throughout the day, even in this situation? What have you
Um,
done? Well, what's worked for you so far? How did
uh,
you?
I'm just trying to think. I really haven't done a whole lot, to be honest.
Okay.
But I do have, like, like I'll go and I'll say, do you guys need something else done other than what I'm
Mhm.
doing?
Okay.
Like I try and say, okay, I have nothing to do, or I'm getting a little bored. I try
Hmm.
and let them know that I need something else.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am able to do other things. And I
Okay.
think they appreciate that,
Good.
because then it's like, oh, we don't have to just stick with X.
Hmm.
We can have X,
Hmm.
maybe a little bit of Y. It gives them a
Yeah.
little availability to say, okay, wait a minute.
Okay. Okay. Got you.
I think you
So,
have to be willing to do other things other than what you know how to do.
mhm. Yes. Willing to do other things. Yeah. And that's work for you, right? And I mean, not just this job, but even in your past jobs or previous jobs over the years, that's probably just pretty much who you are. That may be just, saying, hey, I'm Barbara T, and this is how I work. There are many people that go on their jobs, but they don't volunteer to do anything else other than what's
That the 10
assigned to
things
them.
that they're supposed to do, yes.
Yeah.
And I think
So,
that's one of the reasons why I think in the past I've been able to transfer within a department,
mhm,
because I have been willing to learn other things.
excellent.
I think that helps to make you progress a little bit.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm
So,
wrong, but I don't think I am.
so you've been actually what has sustained your career and over the years have been able to go into, especially if it's a contract role or a temporary role, you've been able to use your transferable skills, which means you're talking to a whole lot of different moving parts in terms of people, different personalities everywhere you go. I mean, and you've been able to really, really master that because not many people can.
No, and I think it also comes from the way I was brought up as well. I think
Okay.
if you had the support as a kid growing up that
Mhm.
you do for one, someone's going to help you do something else for you.
Okay.
One hand washes the other hand in that respect.
Hmm. Hmm. And
So
what did you think about what's the best thing that you've loved with your career thus far?
some of the people I have met, including you, um, it's just friendships that I've gained
Hmm.
through working at different places.
Hmm.
That because they have said, "Oh, hey, Barb, go look over there at whatever XYZ company or whatever they're looking for or whatever."
Hmm.
Um, so I've gotten
Hmm.
some referrals that way.
Hmm.
Um, so I think it's networking. It really
Networking. Yeah. Yeah. So you hit it right on there. And networking, and we're still doing this. Anybody listening to this, and they will, when I get it out there, will know that, it doesn't matter how long you've known the person or work with the person. You have to respect the fact that everybody can go their individual ways, but you come back every now and again. That's what we were doing today. Like you said, hey, this is for you, it's like, yeah, this is a big surprise, Coach Toy, because we
Yeah,
do
I wasn't expecting it, but
it's it's
it is what
called
it is.
a catch up hyphen rapid coaching call, and I just love it that you wanted to have a little bit of fun with me, and I appreciate that for real. Anyway, I just want to go ahead and just to recap since some of the things you said, and then we're going to go ahead and close. One of the things I heard you say, try to help me with some strategy here. Stress less on the job. Well, guess what? Everybody is trying to do that, whether they like the job or not. Even the things that we do, I love to speak and present and all that, but that can be stressful so many different ways. Okay, maybe the content isn't right. I thought it would work for one audience, not so right. Okay, so you're always tweaking and different things, and it's not like I have a million people as a team behind me, so I lie in the what you see is what you get,
Yep.
and that's it. So if
Well,
it isn't right,
that's really the best way to be.
yeah, if it isn't right. So what I say, minimize the stress is before work, overnight, just tell yourself, have a seat and just say, you know what, I'm done for the day. Whatever happened that day, if someone just they didn't really care for how it was done, but you know you have an opportunity to do it over or to ask more questions the next day so that you'll stay on point with, in your role. That would be great. Especially if you're a contractor, you have to keep in mind, contractors can come and they go. So just like they have you there today, they can easily get somebody in to replace. We're all pretty much replaceable, but what we try to do or should try to do is try to minimize so that replacement, meaning you want to be the go-to person, even if they ran out of work, they want to call you back through the agency or whatever. So that's the
Right.
thing. Stress less and then talk to other people, talk to a coach, mentor, and just, bounce some things off of them if there's any difficulties in the workplace while you're on in that role. The other thing I heard you say is about flexible. I loved it because you said, you've been flexible. Flexibility really matters when it comes to the workplace. Maybe someone is out for the week and you have to pick up from where they left off. Flexible in terms of the time of day or evening that you work, and I know that because you worked in the HR space, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for
Yep.
those who will listen to you, so that's important, right? Flexibility. Did I miss anything on the flexibility? I don't want to misinterpret what you said.
No, I mean, for me, flexibility, I have had some, I felt, 6 or 7 years ago and all
Hmm.
that. That's
Yeah.
the other reason I can't sit like in a
Yeah.
chair.
That's
Like I
right.
need to
Right.
be able to
Mhm.
relax. And
Okay.
that is important for me. That's really
Okay.
one of the other reasons why I want flexibility.
Okay. Okay. So it's really your workspace more than who you work for. It's more about the space and a combination. But you have to be still comfortable wherever you are. So whether that's you're working from home or in the office, you got to be comfortable, right?
Right.
Um, and then the last thing that we're going to go and then we'll just close it out is, what do you see as the next steps for you, Barbara, in terms of your career? Because, like we both said, hey, we're not trying to retire tomorrow. But what do you see? Do you have that dream job or something else you're thinking about? Maybe going into your own business?
No, haven't really thought about that. I've just been thinking about just getting a job and then being able to figure out from there what I
Mhm,
see, wherever
mhm,
it is I end up going to. Whatever company I go to work for, what they have, what other opportunities there may be.
mhm,
So
mhm.
I'm open to lots of things.
Okay.
I'm also closed to some things, and that's okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
willing to look
Yeah. Is
because there
there
may
any
be something else.
particular?
Well, I
Oh,
was going
I'm
to say,
sorry. Go ahead. I was going to ask you something else. No, go
I
ahead. Your
was
thought
going to
is
say,
important.
I was going to say, now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh my gosh.
It'll come back. It'll
Yep.
come back. It'll come back. I wanted to ask you, is this something, because you said you were open also, even if you had to relocate or wherever the job is temporarily, go and work in a different state and still be in your home state, you have some interest there. So that's really good when you're talking to potential employers, whether it's contractually or perm, because sometimes now they're going 3 to 6 months out and they
Right.
want to know, can you commit? That's a big word, commit to, yeah, you want all the flexibility, but can you commit to the actual job itself? So people are just like the employers want something, and then we want something, and what we want as job seekers should be important. I was going to ask you, is there any particular industry, because somebody's going to listen to this and hey, this is your time. You got a 60 minute and 60-second elevator pitch for free,
No,
Barbara.
honestly, um, I don't think the industry itself matters. It's
Hmm.
more the job, what's involved in the job. Is it phone work? Is it all data entry. You know what I mean? Like just that, or is it a little bit of this and a little bit of that with some of it? You know what I mean?
Your
Like I don't
mixture,
want it to
yeah.
be just one thing. I want it to
Okay.
be several things to be able to make it meaningful.
Okay. Okay. You don't like to just have just one thing and do that all day long and not have something else because you are a lifelong learner.
Yeah, I am. I like to learn things, and but I don't want like to be responsible for anybody. Do you know what I mean? I just want to go and do a job and enjoy my day. And
Okay.
once I'm done and I'm happy.
Okay. Well, I see you may be thinking a little bit, you're just thinking about it now. You may be an excellent person to think about starting something on their own business as a consultant. Maybe it's something you like to sell, but it's all from home. There's so many different things, products, and you, I mean, obviously you provided excellent customer service over the years to any company that you work for. So, you just never know. But you do have a fantastic HR background that you can always fall back on. Never lose sight of that. That's where we met in,
And I look at jobs in HR all the time. So I
yes.
haven't forgotten.
Well, the HR world, if you're listening out there, and you will, this is Barbara T. I didn't say her full last name. We are not only friends and former colleagues, but today Barbara has agreed to be on camera today because we usually just keep it between us to do a rapid coaching call. She wasn't expecting, which tells me I know she knows what she's doing. That means the employers listening, Barbara on a dime, she knows how to turn it around. So she wasn't expecting this. And that's what a lot of employers want. They want people that can go from this to that in about 0 seconds,
Yep.
because things are changing in the workplace, how we work, who we're working with, from home, in the office. Some people now, the weather's getting great depending on what part of the globe you're in, and they're going outside to have meetings. They're not staying indoors. They're going into parks. They're doing all sorts of things to be innovative. And just like you, Barbara, I'm trying to keep my A+ game going too. And I just want to thank you as my friend from the bottom of my heart, and my former colleague for giving me the opportunity today to actually have my first rapid coaching call. It's the launch.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, you're welcome with you too. So, again, folks, if you're looking to learn more about Barbara and how she could fit into your wonderful world of corporate, or even if it's a nonprofit organization out there, she is based in Massachusetts. And believe me, it's not far from Boston. But obviously, everybody, including Barbara, would prefer to work closer to home or from home if possible. And again, check her out on LinkedIn. So in this case, well, your name is on the Zoom, so I guess you can already see your last name if you're looking for. So, oh, the wonderful world of technology. It is Barbara Thibodeau, Thibodeau, the one and only Barbara Thibodeau from Massachusetts, HR background, customer service background, it just goes on and on. Administrative, like I don't know what. I can't even explain it. She's off the chain. That's all I can say. So you have some, that's all I can say. That's all we're going to say today. So I'm
Thank you.
thanking Barbara for that. Appreciate you doing this today. And da, 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 da. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Barbara, you have anything else you want to add? We're going to get out of here.
All I do have to say is you are a very good coach. And I hope people jump on with you more than anyone else.
Oh,
Wish you
thank you.
all the success, my friend.
Yes. And of course, I'm always wishing you success as well. I appreciate that.